There are two types of yacht charters. We have an all-inclusive yacht charter, and then we have a yacht charter where you use an APA amount. The difference is that an all-inclusive charter, you're paying one fee, where an APA is basically the same thing, except you're not paying a full amount.
The APA is an approved provision allowance, which pays for all the foods, the drinks, and the fuel. What is not used of the APA will be returned to you at the end of the charter. So if you have a lower APA, you might not get any money back. But if you go over the APA, you will have to pay the balance either way.
Advanced provisional allowance is a huge expense on your charter. Even throughout your charter, our brokers are constantly monitoring your APA. That means that while you are enjoying water sport, we're checking if your gas consumption corresponds to the distances you've traveled and if your other expenses corresponds to what you have had.
In general, now the APA is 35 to 40%. We went up with the APA because of the extreme increase in fuel and food prices worldwide. The biggest difference between the APA of 30 to 40% is the fuel consumption of a boat. So in a motorboat with a higher fuel consumption, we would easily recommend 40%. Where in a catamaran, for example, the fuel consumption is a lot less, so we calculate at 25 to 30% on the boat price.
Realistically, based on my experience, 99% of clients actually get some of their APA returned to them because it's quite a large amount. And the idea is that if halfway through the charter you decide you'd really like to have a bath full of Moët, you could, and you wouldn't have to pull out your credit card.
In the Mediterranean, we have the value-added tax, which is different in each country. For example, in Spain, it's 21%. In the south of France, it's 20%. Italy has 22% of VAT. And then once we go over to the Eastern Mediterranean, Croatia and Greece are on 13%. Where Greece, we have exceptions that some motor yachts are registered for commercial use and therefore is 6.5%. 90% of our brokers have actually worked on the vessels, so they know both sides of how it is to be crew as well as brokerage, and putting these two things together makes you a really good broker. Number two would be that our brokers go to every boat show worldwide, from Monaco to Antigua, Greece. We are there where there's a boat show, and we have seen most of the vessels ourselves. Number three would be the APA, going over your APA for your broker to have a good understanding what things cost, how much fuel do you need to go from A to B. All of these calculations are going to be done by us at the end of your charter.